My sponsor Rock Bottom is currently running a special deal. Head on over to rockbottomcoins.com and use code Zirksee at checkout for a 30% off your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I am going to be ranking every single Madden 19 promo that we had this year. Now, I want to give a big shout out to Popular Stranger. He actually made this list and he made a video. I did actually plan on doing this video, but he beat me to it. And thankfully he did, because this saved me a ton of time when it actually comes to making this, because you guys have no idea. I'm pretty sure this probably took him close to an hour, maybe longer, to get all these dimensions for the pictures. It probably took him a long time, so big shout out to him. I'm going to leave a link to his video in the description so you guys can go ahead and compare my rankings versus his rankings. I have not watched his video yet. I did not want any bias or any sort of idea where I should rank these at. I'm going to watch his video after I upload this for you guys, so I can kind of compare how I did versus him. But I'm going to get into my rankings for the Madden 19 promos, and I got to say personally, guys, I'm not a big... How do I put this? I tend to see the better things in promos and stuff. I don't really like to rank things absolutely god-awful, but I'm going to try to be as real as I can with every single promo. So first up is going to be the Blitz promo. Now, this promo is the Black Friday Blitz promo, and I gotta say, I was very excited for the Blitz promo. Every single year it comes out, it's always pretty good because there's the Blitz events, there's really good players. With this specific Blitz promo, the one thing I wish they did better was the limited time cards. They didn't have the most popular limited time cards. The 85 overall Lamar Jackson that was in packs, that was just weird. I feel like they should have made him a higher overall. We did have LaShawn McCoy. I believe we had Jadeveon Clowney, Tre'Davious White, Deshaun Jackson, which at the time, you know, everyone had Tyreek Hill, so no one really cared about Deshaun Jackson. Clowney was pretty good, but besides that, it was okay. I really liked it, though, because of all the players that we got, and in general, the limited time Blitz events. In my opinion, for the Blitz events themselves, this was the best Blitz event promo. So for this one, I am going to put this in the A tier. It's not S tier for me, but it's higher than B tier just because I feel like this was the best Blitz event of the year, and I really liked it. Also, the players got Deion Sanders, Ezekiel Elliott, Roquan Smith. There was just a lot of really good players that a lot of people had on their team. So it was a really good promo in terms of getting people some players. Next up is going to be the Color Smash promo. Now, in my opinion, I think the Color Smash promo was pretty solid. I don't think it was anything too glitchy. Also, the fact that we had the limited time cards that were in packs, but it was literally just the same cards, just with a limited time on them. I never understood that. In terms of the actual best players we got, though, AJ Green, Bradley Chubb, Derwin James, those are the best players that we got, in my opinion. I don't really think the Color Smash promo was that good. I'm not going to rank it a D, but I am going to rank it a C. The reason I'm ranking it a C is because, in my opinion, it was just really weird. The limited time cards is really what threw me off with this promo. Why have limited time cards of the same exact card that we already have, and you just rebranded it as an LTD, you put a quick sell on it, and the quick sell wasn't even 500k. So that's why Color Smash is a C. Next up is going to be the Combine promo. I gotta say, I actually really enjoyed the Combine promo. At the time the promo came out, there was a lot of really good players. I was dropping gameplays like every single day with the Combine promo. There's Patrick Peterson, Luke Kuechly, Deshaun Jackson, Byron Jones, Marcus Mariota, Christian McCaffrey. There was just a ton of really good cards. With that being said, though, besides the cards that came out, there wasn't really anything too special with the Combine promo. I am going to rank it above Color Smash just because I feel like at the time, you know, there were 97 overall players. It was a little bit before Color Smash. The 97 overall players in Color Smash are still pretty good, but with the Combine promo at the timing of it, that makes them a little bit better. They were 97s. Danielle Hunter. There was just a lot of really good cards that a lot of people could actually use on their teams, and I felt like the Combine promo actually had some very good players, so that's why I'm going to put the Combine promo as a B. Next up is going to be the NFL Draft promo. Now, I guess this is going to include the rookies and also the other players that we got, like Joey Bosa, Roquan Smith, Antonio Gates, those type of guys. So I guess I should talk about first the rookies. When it actually comes to the rookies and the players that we can use, I feel like there's actually quite a few usable players like Devin White is pretty good. Nick Bosa is pretty good. Obviously, Kyler Murray is definitely a very, very solid card. We did have some draft cards as well, like Masters, 99 overall, Bruce Smith, Chris Harris Jr., Tom Brady, Telvin Smith. The one thing I wish they did was late round heroes. They did not do late round players for the draft promo, which is the one thing I didn't like about it. Also, I feel like they took way too long to get the promo going, and in my opinion, it's a solid promo, but it cannot be an A tier for me. It's going to be a B tier. If they would have done the late round heroes, that probably would have pushed it into A, but that promo is definitely not an S. Next up is going to be Football Outsiders. Now, in my opinion, Football Outsiders was a decent promo basically all year. I never really felt like there was any game-changing players in the Football Outsider promo. The only really good player from the entire year that I actually remember would be Justin Tucker when it came out. The 93 overall Justin Tucker, I pulled him and I was really excited about that. Besides that, there was, Baker Mayfield, and that's about it. Leighton Vander Esch, not really getting too many good players. So for Football Outsiders, it's gonna be a C promo for me. Next is going to be the Free Agents promo. I gotta say, I actually kind of enjoyed the Free Agent promo. We had limited time cards like Anthony Barr, Nick Foles, we had Le'Veon Bell Master, and Earl Thomas Master. I really like the fact that these guys could get any team's chemistries, which I thought was actually very, very good. Now, aside from just the Masters, though, with the Free Agent promo, I feel like the rest of the cards were not that good. We didn't have any cards above 95 overall, and in my opinion, no set card, maybe besides I think it was a 95 overall Tevin Coleman that had some pretty good speed, but besides that, really only the Masters were very good. So the free agency promo for me is going to be another C tier. It's not really that great. And next is going to be the Gatorade promo. Now, with the Gatorade promo, we had cards like J.J. Watt, Todd Gurley, Cam Newton, and we also had Eli Manning. Now, out of all three of those cards, or all four of those cards, three of them, in my opinion, were usable at the time the promo came out. J.J. Watt at the time was probably the best pass rusher in the game, or one of the best pass rushers in the game. Todd Gurley was definitely one of the better running backs in the game. Of course, everyone had the free Ricky Williams, but Todd Gurley was still a beast. And then Cam Newton was definitely a very usable quarterback. Eli Manning, I really never saw anybody use Eli. I do have to say, though, the sets were kind of expensive to do, so you really couldn't get these players that easily. But if I'm just ranking it off of how good was the promo in terms of giving us usable cards, I think the Gatorade promo has to be at least a B. It would be an A if instead of Eli Manning they had someone a little bit more usable, I guess. But it's a B promo for me. Now this is where it starts to get bad. So we're going to start with the Hall of Fame promo. Now if you guys are unaware with the Hall of Fame promo, this came out early this year. I literally spent $200 on bundles for you guys just to get 90 overall Terrell Owens gameplay, just to be able to get that out for you the first night that it became available. And then after that, it was just bad. You do need the cards to upgrade in order to get, the ultimate legends like the 99 overall TO or those players. But to me, how expensive these sets were. I literally spent $200, guys, and I still had to go out and spend coins to get these. The Hall of Fame promo for me is a D. Next up is going to be the Turkey Bowl. Now, with the Turkey Bowl promo, if you guys remember, we did, of course, have Walter Payton and Lawrence Taylor, who, in my opinion, was the best pass rusher leading up until Lawrence Taylor got an Ultimate Legend card. So that alone makes the Turkey Bowl not a D promo. Besides the two legends, though, I do have to say, I was not super impressed with the Turkey Bowl promo, and honestly, every single year we kind of get let down with that cornucopia pack. Every single year it literally just seems to get worse and worse. So for me, the Turkey Bowl promo, I guess I'm going to put it as... This one's tough, honestly, just because we had Lawrence Taylor, and Lawrence Taylor was an absolute beast. I think I'm going to put the Turkey Bowl. Oh, and also I forgot to mention the Cultivators. The Cultivators, they were okay. They weren't the most wanted players as well. Like we had, I'm trying to remember who we had. We had Kenny Galladay. We had Mark Ingram. We had Devondre Campbell. And I cannot seem to remember the other guys. The Cowboys had Byron Jones as well. So I think the Cultivators is a really good idea every single year. I like it. It's just players really never seem to ever get their highest overall thing. I think Devondre Campbell did get his this year. But besides that, we did have Lawrence Taylor. So this is not going to be a B promo for me, but it is not going to be a D. It's going to be a C promo. And next is going to be the Legends. Now, I gotta say, I think I actually kind of like the legends that we got this year. Now, this is going to be just the base legends, not the ultimate legends. We had over 60. I believe we actually had 60 exact legends. So we had players like Sean Taylor, we had Steve Young, Champ Bailey, Randy Moss coming back in the game, Michael Vick per usual, Reggie White, DeMarcus Ware. We had Brian Dawkins, Barry Sanders, Lawrence Taylor, Kevin Green, Eddie George, Deion Sanders, Donovan McNabb, Ed Reed, Steve Smith Sr. We had Ty Law, LaDainian Tomlinson, Jack Tatum, Keyshawn Johnson. I feel like the Legends promo was actually pretty solid this year. The playoffs got a little bit weird. The playoffs definitely got pretty weird with the Greg Olson card. We did have Terrell Sizzle, and we had Cam Chancellor, Larry Fitzgerald ended off. I like the Legends promo. I think that the Legends they chose this year were pretty solid. Of course, at times, you're not going to get the best Legends every single week. But overall, I honestly feel like the Legends are... I'll give them a B. I'll give them a B for the Legends. Next is going to be the Mutt Loyalty Promo. Now, I honestly like the Loyalty Promo basically every single year. This one, it's not too bad because all you have to do is like complete the weekly objective list and then of course get to maximum level 99, get yourself a 99 overall Aaron Rodgers or Kyle Fuller. There's a 97 plus full ultimate legend player, there's a 94 plus overall player, and all this stuff is free. It's literally just completing objective lists. So honestly, I kind of like the loyalty promo. I don't know if I should rank this an A. It's not an S, but it's honestly a pretty solid promo every single year. I mean, you literally just get an advantage for the next Madden. Anything like that I feel like has to be, I guess, in the A tier, just because you are getting a leap on the next game, and you can start off with some free leads, and you can get a 99 overall player, actually 2 99 overall players if you do all 16 for free basically. That's gotta be an A tier. Next is going to be the Night Guardian promo. Now, I'm gonna imagine he also means Night Guardian and the Mutt Monster, so in general, the Halloween promo, this one might surprise you guys. I actually really like the Halloween promo with the Night Guardians and with the Mutt Monsters. I don't see another Mutt Monster down here, so I'm gonna guess this is including both. So with the Mutt Monsters, of course, we got Calvin Johnson, which so many people wanted Calvin Johnson back in the game as well this year. I was really hoping he would be in the game this year like he was last year, and he was this year. So I was super excited about that. And when it came to the Night Guardian promo, we had players like Landon Collins, Michael Thomas, Khalil Mack, Russell Wilson, and Mean Joe Green. And we had some really good limited time cards as well, like Aaron Donald, Terrell Suggs, we had Larry Fitzgerald. So to me, not only that, but also the gems that you were able to put on these guys to boost their stats up, I really like the Night Guardian promo. This might be a shock to you. I'm putting it in the S tier. I feel like they could have done a little bit better maybe with it, but I actually really enjoyed the Night Guardian promo for the players that we got, and of course the players when they enrage. It's just one of the most fun times in the game when they enrage and they just get a little bit better, their overalls increase a ton, and it's just so unfair if you don't have them. It just makes it so much fun to me, so that's why I'm putting the Night Guardian promo / the Mutt Monsters in the S tier. Next is going to be the Mutt Hero promo. Now, honestly, I love the Mutt Hero promo every year. It helps a lot with theme teams, and it helps a lot with, in general, if you want to pick up a lot of good players. And there was honestly a lot of good Mutt Hero players this year. We have players like Myles Garrett, Von Miller, Patrick Peterson, Eric Berry, who, by the way, was super overrated with that 99 zone coverage that did not play with 99 zone. We had Andrew Luck, Desmond Trufant, Saquon Barkley, very nice for the rookie premier players, Leonard Williams, Aaron Rodgers. We had some very solid players. Bobby Wagner as well, DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs, Malcolm Butler. There was some very good players. Now, some of the cards had, honestly, not the best stats, though. Like, we had Alvin Kamara, which... Kamara, for some reason, just had some wacky stats. I believe he had lower catching than the Andrew Luck did, which is just weird. One thing I didn't like that they did was actually change the overalls of the players, though. There were some 90s, there were some 91s, and there were some 92s. I feel like they all should have been the same overall. So for that reason, I am going to put the Mutt Hero promo in... It's a B or an A for me, honestly. I'm going to put it in B. It could have been A if they all had been, say, 92 overall players and just gave us a bunch of really good overalls. Next up is going to be the playoffs. Now, with the playoff promo, there were two master cards, Willie McGinnis and Steve Smith Sr. In my opinion, I feel like the MasterCards were a complete L. Willie McGinnis was not very good. He was a very balanced outside linebacker. Lawrence Taylor was still better than him in basically every single category. In terms of the captain sets, we had DeAndre Hopkins, Tom Brady, CJ Mosley, Joey Bosa. Those were all pretty solid ones for the AFC. NFC-wise, we had Steve Smith as a master, which I don't think a lot of people really enjoyed that card. We had Brandon Cooks, Marshawn Lattimore, Eddie Jackson, Zach Martin, Fletcher Cox, Dwayne Brown. I feel like the playoff promo was okay at best. So for me, the playoff promo, I like the set cards. I really hated the Masters, which kind of makes the promo a lot better. I'm going to put the playoff promo, honestly, in the C tier. Next up is going to be Positional Heroes, and my ranking of this might surprise some of you guys, I feel like. So with the Positional Hero promo, I have to say, so far anyways, the cards that we have gotten include Russell Wilson, Alejandro Villanueva, Kevin Zeitler, Zach Ertz, Kyle Juszczyk, and T.Y. Hilton. Defensively, so far we've gotten Bernard McKinney, Chris Jones, Levante David, Geno Atkins, Jamal Adams, and Jalen Ramsey. I'd say a good amount of those players have been very highly requested, like the entire year. Like T.Y. Hilton has been very highly requested. Same thing when it comes with Russell Wilson. Obviously, Chris Jones, a lot of people wanted him. Jamal Adams, Jalen Ramsey, all those guys are fan favorite cards. With this promo, one thing I will say is they made it way too late in the year. They should have made this last month, which I don't understand why they did it. They waited so long. But something I actually like about this promo is that these cards are so cheap. It allows a lot more people to be able to go ahead and get them, and they are some of the best cards in the game. So for the Positional Hero promo, I'm gonna rank it as a B. Maybe that's a little bit too much, honestly. I feel like it could potentially be a C, but I'm gonna rank it as B just because I feel like it does allow people that wouldn't necessarily be able to get 99 overall cards. These cards are like 200K. They're not that expensive compared to the other 99s at like 400K, 500K for cards with these kind of stats. So I'm gonna put this in the B. If it would have came out maybe a month ago, maybe it would be a little bit higher. But I do like the fact the cards are so cheap, and the cards are actually pretty good. The selection of the Positional Heroes, though, some of them are definitely very questionable, but for the most part, I feel like a lot of people are enjoying how available these cards are. Next up is Rising Stars. Now, Rising Stars, of course, help a lot when it comes to chemistry, but the biggest thing is that they really screwed a lot of people when it comes to trying to get Patrick Mahomes' power-up set done, unless you have a power-up pass, because if you don't, and you got to try to get this set done for Patrick Mahomes, it is absolutely terrible. Now, the players that they actually dropped, I feel like most of them are pretty solid. We had Budda Baker, we had O.J. Howard, Patrick Mahomes, Malik Hooker, Corey Davis, Chidobe Awuzie, we had Tariq Coleman. It was an okay promo at best. So for me, the Rising Star promo, it's got to be a C tier. And then we have the series set. I'm going to imagine this is, all the series, so like series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including the sets and everything that came along with it. I feel like they actually did a pretty solid job with the series, every single series. I never really enjoyed any of the Master cards this year, I will say that, but I feel like the set cards were okay. John Madden was a very good addition this year with giving us the speed boost, giving us all those sort of chemistry boosts as well. I'm not sure if this is just the sets, or if he's also talking about maybe when it comes to like getting the Journey solo challenges and all that, and also all the new power-ups that came with this series. I feel like the series updates were actually pretty solid though, so if this is talking about strictly just the sets and how good the sets were, I feel like I would rank it maybe in the C tier, like a high C though, but I would probably put this one overall if we're talking about like the Journey solo challenges and all that, just because I like that we get a bunch of free cards and also the power-up cards that we received. I guess I'll put it in a B. Well, also the maximum level updates as well. I really enjoyed those every single time they come out. So if it's also including that, I'm going to put it in the B tier. Next up is going to be the Super Bowl promo. Now, of course, this is going to include the limited time Blitz event that we had with the Super Bowl promo. I feel as though the Super Bowl promo was okay. One of my favorite things about it was the red team versus the blue team when I face painted myself, when I put face paint on, and then I made that video. If you guys were around for that video, that was absolutely hilarious. And of course, we had some pretty good players like Marcus Peters, 97 overall, and of course 97 overall Julian Edelman. That we could go ahead and complete them sets. And then of course we had the MVP, which also turned out to be Julian Edelman, unfortunately. So literally two Julian Edelmans for this Super Bowl promo was a little bit weird. The Blitz event was okay, and I'll say that the Super Bowl present players were okay. The Super Bowl past players, I didn't think it was anything too special, and also the Blitz event was really not my favorite. The global limits were really bad. Like, literally, even I couldn't get some of the cards, and I'm like perfectly on time with it every single time trying to get those videos for you guys. So the Super Bowl promo for me, it gets a C. Next up is going to be the Team Builder promo. This is not the Team MVP combined. This is strictly the Team Builders. I feel like the Team Builders were okay, most of the 95s. I did enjoy, of course, doing the Team Builder random player packs. I cannot even tell you guys how many random player packs I did, but it seems like a majority of the time that I did those packs, I made a ton of profit. So to me, it was just really fun doing those exchanges. You guys really seem to like me do those videos because I did countless of 50 Team Builder player pack openings. I think I even did like 100 player pack opening, and the majority of the time I actually made profit. So for me, the Team Builder promo strictly just because of the 80 plus overall random player pack. The players you actually got out of the promo, I mean, they're 95 overalls, it's whatever at this point. So just the 80 plus pack and being able to make some profit, maybe exchanging that for coins, I'm going to put it in the B tier. Next up, we have team captains, which of course include Jerry Rice. We had Ray Lewis as well. I'm blanking on the other two, Michael Strahan, and who was the final team captain? Oh, Shannon Sharp. So for those four players, I believe Jerry Rice, Ray Lewis, those two are probably my favorite ones. Jerry Rice was an absolute monster. Shannon Sharp is a trucking machine. And then, of course, Michael Strahan is a very solid pass rusher as well. I feel like with the team captain promo, what more can you really complain about? We were able to get free 99 overall players just for playing and completing a simple objective list every single year. So, to me, this is got to be an A-tier promo, right? Because it's just free cards, nothing to really complain about. And all four of the cards were usable and are still usable right now. Next up is going to be the Team Diamond promo. So when it came to the Team Diamond promo, obviously we had 90, 91, and 92 overall players to start off the year. I feel like there were a lot of really good players like Xavier Rhodes, Jadeveon Clowney, Le'Veon Bell was okay, Earl Thomas. We had Ryan Kerrigan, in my opinion, was one of my favorite Team Diamond players. Very underrated. Ndamukong Suh, Tom Brady, Greg Olsen. We had Jalen Ramsey, OBJ, Julio Jones, Travis Frederick, Jabal Sheard, Travis Kelce. There was a lot of really good players when it came to the Team Diamond promo. My one problem with this is the master Ronnie Lott. When it came to Ronnie Lott, the 94 overall Team Diamond, I didn't think he was really worth completing this entire set for. Not only that, I can't remember what it was about him. Could he not get Sprinter, I think? I think it was that he couldn't get Sprinter, which is a big problem. And there was something else about him I cannot remember, but someone was complaining about it on Twitter, I remember one time. But basically, Ronnie Lott was not that great for completing all of these sets. Something I did like as well, though, is that you could have, the ×3 chemistries of these players, which is awesome. So for the Team Diamond promo, I'm going to give this promo a B. If the Master was better, it would probably be an A promo. Next up is going to be the Team MVPs, and I gotta say, for the most part, I think they did a pretty good job with the Team MVP promo of giving us players we actually wanted. Like, obviously, as a Cowboys fan, I wanted a new Ezekiel Elliott. Not only did we get a new Ezekiel Elliott, but we also got a new Jalen Smith. They gave us an offensive player and a defensive player, and of course, with the Team MVP players, you could actually pull them out of the 80+ overall Team Builder player pack as well, which was very nice. Or you could do the 97 overall Team MVP and just do that little reroll. Now, when it came to the actual sets of getting these done, though, you needed a bunch of Team Builder players, which I feel like the majority of people just tried to pull these Team MVPs out of the Team Builders. The sets were not very good and pretty expensive to go ahead and do, but I really enjoyed the Team MVP promo just because I feel like every team got players that they actually wanted to have for your theme team, badly needed upgrades. So for me, this one might be a little bit shocking to you, but the Team MVP promo for me, maybe specifically also because the fact the Cowboys got Zeke and we also got Jalen Smith, which I feel like we really needed, I am going to put the Team MVP promo in the A list, just because I really liked it with all the players we got. I know it took a long time for the players to actually come out, but just looking back on it, overviewing it, the players that we got, and that you could pull them out of the 80+ Team Builder pack, which is one of the reasons why I made so many coins off of these Team Builder packs, I'm going to put it in the A tier. Next is going to be the Team of the Week promo, and personally, I just love Team of the Week every single week that it comes out. I feel like there was some weeks this year that we definitely should have had some way different players. Like we had Emmanuel Sanders and Miles Jack. Week 2, we did get Patrick Mahomes and Melvin Ingram, which was very nice. In Week 3, we got Christian McCaffrey and Micah Hyde, and I'm sure you guys know the rest of the sets as well if you wanted to go back, take a look at them. Overall, the Team of the Week promo was okay. The Master set, the fact that you needed to add in both of these set players, like if you wanted to get, the boss, you had to add in both the set players, was a little bit weird to me. Maybe if they make the sets where you would get the boss player and then get back to set cards, then AT, I would like a little bit more. I will give the Team of the Week promo, though, I'll give it a B at best. I feel like it could potentially be even a C. It is definitely not an A tier promo. I hope that next year when they come back, they bring out more limited time cards of this, because if they brought out LTD cards with the Team of the Week promo and made them really good, it could be like an A tier promo. Next is going to be the Team of the Year promo. Now, I gotta say, with the Team of the Year promo, right? You guys gotta think about this. The 89 plus Team of the Week pack was absolutely amazing. That was by far the best trophy set we've had all year long, was that Team of the Year. And in general, I just love the Team of the Year promo because we get a bunch of really good players, and they're usually not too expensive. And the 89 plus overall Team of the Week player pack, that literally was like the only trophy set in the game you guys could come in here and make some profit off of. So in my opinion, the Team of the Year promo, also along with the fact that we got a ton of really good players like Tyreek Hill, Drew Brees, Bobby Wagner, Todd Gurley. I love the Team of the Year promo. I am going to put the Team of the Year promo in the S tier, and in my opinion, it could potentially be one of the best promos. Next is going to be Ultimate Kickoff. There really wasn't much to this promo. We just got, a bunch of new players that came out early in the year. So I believe the players that we got were Drew Brees, Ezekiel, Casey Hayward, and I think it was Brandon Graham as well. So those are the 4 players that we got. They were 90 overalls. It was whatever. It wasn't really anything too spectacular. I'm going to put this promo in the C tier. Even with us giving a new Zeke, and as a Cowboys fan, I'm just going to put it in the C. Wasn't anything too good. Next is going to be Ultimate Legends, which so far with Ultimate Legends, I feel like we've gotten a majority of the really good Ultimate Legends. The limited time cards they've chose, and in general the players they've chose, has been okay. It hasn't really been amazing. We've gotten Randy Moss already, we've gotten Michael Vick, we've got Deion Sanders, and overall it's been pretty solid with the Ultimate Legend promo. There were just some really questionable cards like quarterbacks with 92 speed. Night Train Lane's card really is not that great either. So with the Ultimate Legend promo, I'm going to put it in the same tier. I'll put it in the same tier as the Legends because it's basically the same exact thing. And with the Zero Chill promo, this is going to be super tough to rank this one. Now, the reason this is super tough to rank is because you have to think about everything that came with it. You have to think about the Zero Chill players, and you also think about the out of position players. The out of position promo itself would be a D tier promo. That promo was trash. Really, the only thing from the Zero Chill promo that was good, in my opinion, I didn't really care for the Ocho Cinco, didn't care for the Butkus, I didn't care for any of that. But the gifts with this promo, I cannot explain to you guys how many coins I made off this promo off those gifts. I probably spent like 1 million coins on gifts, and I think I made probably 4 million coins back. I made a ridiculous amount of gifts. I love the Christmas promo every single year with these gifts. And then, of course, we had limited time cards like Randy Moss, Baker Mayfield, I believe, as well. So, aside from the out of position and everything, which I am going to rank that, if the out of position was actually good, this would be an S tier promo for me, but strictly just because I made so many coins off this, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did, this is probably going to be my highest ranked A tier, and I'm going to rearrange this list real quick so I can show you guys my legit rankings with every single promo. So this is how my rankings list would look at the end, with the best promo of the year being the Team of the Year, followed by the Night Guardians, and then you guys can see all the way down the list. Hall of Fame was absolute trash. So this is my rankings list. Let me know down below your guys' favorite promo and your least favorite promo this entire year. Once again, big shout out to Popular Stranger. I will leave a link in the description over to his channel so you guys compare our lists here. This is my list. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. I'll see you guys next time.